Alright, what's up YouTube? So welcome to another video. Today I'm going to take a look at two altcoins. I'm going to take a look at Tezos and I'm going to take a look at Birb Network. So we had a member in the Nest Club community asking about two positions he was in for long term, and those two are Tezos and Birb Network. So I'm going to talk a little bit about HODLing altcoins, trading altcoins for the long run, and yeah, let's go. Alright, so I want to apologize in advance because I have my 2-year-old running around outside my office, banging on the door, screaming for me to open the door. I'm trying to learn him that when dad is working, he's not supposed to be running in and out of my office and basically tearing down everything that I have in here. So I'm just waiting for my girlfriend to pick him up, hopefully very soon, because this screaming and banging on the door is not the most optimal way to do trading. All right, so let's first of all take a look at Tezos. Okay, so what I want to be doing is I think that he entered these positions by trading the USD or USDT pair. And with Bitcoin looking pretty bullish right now, I think the best idea would be to exit the positions into Bitcoin, right? So let's see if we can find any good levels. I want to look at Tezos versus BTC on Bitfinex, because I think that's where we have the most price action, and it's easier obviously to do a more high time frame high time frame analysis by looking at Bitfinex with the more price data, obviously. So we got, first of all, we'll take a look at to see if we can find the RLC of this latest move. You know what? Let's remove everything from the chart right here. I want to have a completely clean chart. All right, there we go. So I want to find the RLC of this latest move here, and I also want to find well, never mind, let's find the RLC of this latest move here from the low to the high. Here's the RLC. So as you can see, we are trading inside the RLC. We bounced off the 0.70786 Fibonacci retracement level, the lower part of the RLC, right? So if we can, if this bounce can be, if we can continue upwards after this bounce, that would be, obviously great for Tezos. But seeing as how, Bitcoin is acting right now, I think Bitcoin has more upside going into the halving, whatever it's called, in 3 days. Is it 3 days? Yeah, I think it's 3.5 days or something like that. Let's see. Is it? Let's see. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, 3 days and 13 hours and 33 minutes. Beautiful. Crazy. God damn, I've been waiting for this for years, and it's finally happening. Right, so let's go down to the daily. We are seeing a bounce, as I said, down here. If we can reclaim this area up here, I think we will see more upside, like something like this, right? But it's not very, I would say it's not very likely, to be honest. So where would you exit this position? Well, I think because we are in the RLC, and the RLC is most, usually in an area where you will see a reversal. If you're going to see a reversal, you will most likely see it in the RLC, and the RLC is this area here between the 0.786 and the 0.618 Fibonacci level. So, do you want to exit right here? Probably not. I would probably put my stop below the RLC. So either, let's go down to the daily here to see if we can find any proper low time frame levels. So we have obviously this level here I'm liking, and go to the 4-hour, that level, and we have Yes, actually, I think that's a good level for a stop loss. So where would you take profit on this one? So considering that we are in the RLC, you don't want to sell the RLC, you want to buy the RLC. When you are inside the long RLC, you want to buy. When you are inside the short RLC, you want to sell. So let's see, where do we have the short RLC, and does the short RLC line up with any medium to high time frame resistance area? Because that's what you want, right? You want to sell at resistance. You want to buy at support and sell at resistance. So let's see if we can find the short RLC of this move. So the short RLC is right up here. Do we have any confluence with any high time frame resistance area? Well, we have one here at the 618 Fibonacci, right? These 3 wicks here I like on a daily. This area, right? So I would probably, I mean, that's a good almost 20% move, right? So I would probably, you know, I would take the profit up here and I would sell down here. So you would get a trade that looks something like this. And I'm shortly going to explain some about, you know, the whole idea with hodling altcoins and why I'm not a hodler of basically anything. I'm a trader. I'm not interested in hodling anything, to be honest. So the trade would look something like this, a good 3R. So I think that's decent, right? That's good enough. All right, so that's, and the thing is, like, if you get stopped out on this one, right? So you get stopped out, you lose 5% of your current, you know, the current value. Not a lot, you know, it depends on how big your position is, obviously. But if it's a long-term position, I guess it's not a big position, so you won't lose a lot of money, right? So I think that's, you know, if you exit this one, like if Bitcoin pumps, this one will probably dump more. So if this one dumps and you get stopped out, you sell into Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up, so you will be down slightly in Bitcoin, but up in USD, right? So in my case, I'm more interested in fiat, obviously, than Bitcoin, unless Bitcoin tomorrow becomes a world reserve currency. Then I'm all in Bitcoin, and, you know, yeah. But in the meantime, for me, it's all about stacking sats to make more money, and money for me is fiat. I'm sorry, guys, but Bitcoin is not a global currency yet. In 10 years, hopefully, in 100 years, probably when we got AI and robots, you know, flying cars and everything, and you know, humans are all dead, and it's all about, you know, it's all a matrix. Then yeah, probably in the matrix, Bitcoin is probably the world currency. But right now, the US dollar reigns supreme. So I'm going to be stacking sats to increase my USD value of my portfolio. All right, so that's Tezos. And before I go into the other coin, I think it was Kyber, right? I want to talk a little bit about HODLing altcoins, right? So like it's easy to find the chart and really stare blindly at the potential profits, right? But it's important to remember that what's more important than profits is to limit your loss. As a trader, the number one reason or the number one priority as a trader should be to preserve your capital, right? And if you, in the long run, stay in the game and preserve your capital, the profits will come, and the profits will be a bonus, right? Because if you learn how to not lose money, it's going to be much more easier for you to make more money, because you need a lot of money to actually make a lot of money. So if you start losing money, you're gonna start losing a lot of that potential profits. But if you learn how to, you know, hedge your positions, you learn when to exit altcoins, and you learn when to you know, enter Bitcoin and exit Bitcoin, and when you're gonna be in fiat, and, you know, what the percentage of those positions should be in relationship to each other. That's when when you master the art of risk management, that's when you become a trader. You can't call yourself a trader unless you master the art of risk management. It's very simple, right? So if you're looking at, let's take BAT, for example, BAT BTC, right? Not BTC, BAT BTC. This is something I'm loving, right? I'm loving this short, right? So let's look at the weekly, right? This has massive potential, right? Massive, massive, massive potential, right? To the upside. Let's do a clean short. All right, massive potential, right? Look at the weekly. It's like, yeah, you have a level down here. Support, right? Beautiful support down here, right? What you do? Well, you buy support, you sell resistance. Where is this resistance? We got resistance up here. We got resistance up here. We got resistance up here. And damn, all the way up here we got resistances. So imagine, I mean, the upside on this one is huge. I mean, insane, right? We got, you know, almost 400% potential on this one. Crazy. I mean, god damn, it's insane. And that's how new traders think, right? They look at the chart and they're like, oh my god, look at this. If I buy, if I buy $1,000 down here, I will have 400, not 400, I will have, $4,000 here. And imagine if I buy like $10,000 of bad BTC and it goes up here, I will have $40,000 and I'll make a $30,000 gain, right? But guys, you gotta remember, we could just as well just dump straight down here, right? Just straight down here. Immediately. I mean, you never know what the fuck's going to happen, right? Sure, BAT is a good, solid project and everything, but you never know because you're trading shitcoins, right? You're trading altcoins, which can be worth nothing tomorrow. I mean, it's a very risky game, right? So you're looking at a potential 400% gain, but most people fail to realize that this could just go to shit, could go to zero, right? So you gotta really manage your risk, right? Really gotta manage your risk. So when you're talking about hodling altcoins, that's a very dangerous game because hodling altcoins means you're investing in altcoins. You're investing in one of the most riskiest assets humankind has ever known, right? I mean, the volatility on this stuff, I mean, look at this dump right here, right? You wouldn't want to have, maybe you long this support because you saw huge potential for BAT, right? So you thought, oh my god, look at the uptrend on this one. I want to get in on this trend, and I'm gonna hodl some BAT right here. Right? So I'm gonna hodl some BAT here because I believe in the project. All right, so you buy up here, and today it would have been 75% down. And like most of the time when people say hodl, they just say, I'm gonna buy here and I'm never gonna sell. That's how you lose all your money. Hodling altcoins without a strategy, without a plan, without a stop loss, that's how you die as a trader. That's how you're gonna lose all your fucking money. And it's probably, in my opinion, the most stupidest shit you can ever do. You gotta look at, I mean, I'm a trader and I don't understand the whole hodling mentality, to be honest, because as a trader, I trade level by level. I enter at support with a tight stop below support, below the last swing low. I sell at the next resistance above. I buy one level, sell one level, and sell on the way up, right? I always have a plan. I always have a plan. So instead of calling it hodling and instead of calling it investing, let's call it long-term trading. All right? So let's make a plan instead. Let's make a plan, because if you don't have a plan and you just call it hodl, you're gonna lose a lot of money. I mean, there's a big chance that the coin you are hodling will, I mean, look at Dragon Chain. Right? Dragon, where is it? Dragon, DRGN. DRGN. Yeah, Dragon Chain. All right, so I think it's on, was it on Bittrex first? I think so. All right, so you guys remember Dragon Chain? Yeah, I'm sure you do, right? A lot of people bought down, back here, right? A lot of people bought back here, and I think we have it on was really, that Qcan was the first one. Yeah, that's right. So we had the crazy altcoin pump right here, and you had this major move up here. So a lot of people started buying here, right? Because Dragon Chain, I mean, I remember the hype around Dragon Chain. This was an insanely successful product, right? And I'm sure it's still successful. I don't really care about that because I'm a trader. I'm a TA trader. I don't care about the fundamentals, to be honest, of any shitcoin. I'm all in to make money. I don't really care about the technology. So a lot of people bought up here. Now let's take a look at where would it be right today. Well, 96% loss. You would have lost all your fucking money, right? So a lot of people, they were talking about buy Dragon Chain here, never sell, because we are going to, you're gonna, you know, at least double this position, right? So you're gonna make a lot of money doubling this position, right? What people don't tell you is trading altcoins is risky, and you will most likely, I mean, most traders lose money. I bet in crypto, like 95% or maybe 99% of people, they lose money. And why do they lose money? Because they do this shit. They buy a coin and they think they're gonna fucking 10x in a couple of months, while in fact, it's most likely going to fucking 0, right? So be careful, guys. Be careful. Do not hodl altcoins. You gotta trade altcoins, and if you are going to hodl altcoins, at least call it an investment with a plan. You gotta know when you exit, right? And if you enter something like this and you plan on never selling, at least enter with such a small account or such a small position that you will only lose about 1 to 2% of your account, right? So let's say that you actually enter with 1% of your portfolio here, right? By the time you get down here, you're not gonna lose like 25% of your portfolio that I see a lot of people do. You will only lose 1% of your portfolio. So that's how you actually hodl altcoins. You enter with a very small position. You enter with maybe 1% of your portfolio in a long-term altcoin trade, because you gotta understand that it will most likely go to 0. It will most likely go to 0. But if you have 10 altcoins position where you invest on the long run, you have 10 very good products and you invest 0.5% of your portfolio in each of those. So you will have a combined risk of 5% if all goes to 0, right? The chances of that all of those 10 goes to 0, if you've done your research and you've done your fundamental research and they are sound product like BAT or something else. That means if they all go to 0, you lose 5%. But if they double, yeah, you make 10%, right? So that, I mean, it's in a lot of those. I mean, in the long run, if you plan on holding them for like 5 years, I mean, you can make a lot of money. You can make much more money than you risk losing. You risk losing 5%, but you can make a lot of more money if you hold that in the long run. So that's how you gotta like make a plan, trade the plan. Never hodl anything without a plan, because that's gonna get you killed. I think I made the point pretty clear now. Now let's take a look at KNC BTC. This was another one. He wanted me to short because he was in a position and he wanted to know when he should have exit. Right, so I'm seeing something very obvious here, right? So what you're seeing here is KNC is testing support over and over again on the weekly. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, it most likely is, because the more you test a level, the weaker it becomes, but it becomes stronger once it actually flips. So if you have a level that's, you know, been tested 3 times on the weekly time frame, that's obviously a strong level, but as support it becomes weaker with every touch. But as resistance, the more touches it has had as support, it will become much stronger as resistance, right? Here we go. Here's the level that I expect to be used as support, right? So what you want to do here is you want to exit below this one. Also mark out this level. And let's also try to find the RLC. The RLC is down here. So if If we lose this support, I anticipate a move back down into RLC, and you can also see that you have breakout area down here, right? This was the area that broke. This was the area that took us to the high. So I think we are most likely going to go down into RLC, and that would mean you lose about 35% of your position. So it's not really favorable to hold this one if we break support, in my opinion. Let's mark it out. Something like that. Here we go. So let's go down and take a look at the daily. And as you can see, it's been tested 1, 2. This I don't really. I mean, it is a test, obviously, but it's let's ignore that one because I think these are more valid tests. This one is obviously a test too. It depends on how we view it. I want to see, like, this is a very strong level, right? Because you had strong reactions when bouncing. So this is most likely going to act as very strong support if we break to the downside. So I would put my stop somewhere around 6, is it? Yeah, so 5,714. I would put my stop and sell it into Bitcoin, right? Because if Bitcoin pumps, you don't want to sell down here because you are at support, right? You never sell support, you buy support, you sell resistance, right? Where do we want to exit this one if it pumps? You want to have your take profit levels up here at 7,141, and you want to average out, right? So let's put on 5 take profit areas so that you can. I want 5 take profits area, and I want to exit with 20% of my position on each level. Second level here. Third level up here. Fourth level up here. And the 5th level is going to be all the way probably up here. So that would make this trade a decent, because if you exit at 20% on each, you're gonna have 20, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So your average exit is going to be up in this area for a good 3R trade. So that's what I'm looking for on this one. And if we hit and reclaim take profit 1, you should probably move your stop loss to entry, or at least below this area here at around 6,224. All right, so that's it, guys. Quick video. Well, not really a quick one, 20 minutes. Plan was to make it 10 minutes, but you know, I like to talk, and when I start talking, I never quit. People tell me that, and I tend to believe them when looking at, you know, the length of my videos. All right, so that's it. A quick video where I showed you, I talked some about, HODLing altcoins and the danger of HODLing altcoins, and I think that's going to be the title of this video: the dangers of HODLing altcoins. All right, guys. So thanks for joining, and yeah, see you in my next video. Take care.